Okay, so we'll go in order. Azorius Flyers first. Gonna be playing Magic, following basic rules. Read all the cards. Mulligan one land hands. Use all of your lands. Play instants and flash cards on opponent's turns or in combat. Take free attacks. Take free blocks. Remove threats. Never concede. Is this a one land hand? No, so we keep. Easy money. Easy money. Okay, how can we use all of our lands? We have a one drop that we can play with these planes? No. Oh, let's play a tapped land. Read all of the cards, what they do. This is removal with flash. Okay, can we play something for 2? Yes. Let's play this. Okay, read all of the cards, including the opponents. Okay, we don't want this to hit us, make a foot. So, what can we do about that? Can we block it with 1-3? No. Can we block it with a 2-3? Maybe. But we trade. It's not a free block. Can we block it with this? Yes. How do we use all of our lands? Well, play this and we play a tapped land. Otherwise, we wouldn't be using all of our lands. Do we have a free attack? Does this have reach or flying? No. So this is free. Always take free attacks. Always take free blocks. Okay, unfortunately, the opponent is going to still make a foot because trample goes over the toughness. Nothing we could do about that, I guess. Could have removed it, I guess. Now we have a War 2. Beginning of your end step, creature died, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. We cannot remove this creature, unfortunately. Is this a threat? It seems to be a threat, yeah. Can we use 4 mana? No, we cannot. We can use 3. So this has flash, right? We don't have to use it now. Do we have a free attack? I guess. We're not blocking with this because we don't have a free block. Except on the elves, maybe. So if you want to leave it to block the elves, that's fine too. I personally don't think they will attack with the elves. They haven't been attacking with the elves. So. This has flash, so we can use it now. In combat, on an opponent's turn. Always use instants on an opponent's turn. Always use flash on an opponent's turn or in combat. And we're still blocking this. Now it is free. Opponent still gets 2 damage in. And a foot. Or not a foot, sorry. That's not the trampler. So it's even freer. Beginning of your end step, creature died. No creature died though, but this is also a threat. How do I know it's a threat? Because it draws cards. Drawing cards is very powerful. We do have another removal, but that does not use all of our mana, so we always want to use all of our lands. Always use all of your lands. Lifelink flying, is this free? Does the opponent have reach? Flying? No. So, yes, it's free. Okay. That looks like threat. 7/7 trample. Whenever a creature you control does combat damage during your turn, put that many counters on it. It must survive though. You may cast discard from graveyard by removing 6 counters from among creatures you control. Yeah, that's definitely what you might call a threat. So, can we use all of our mana here? Right, if we remove the threat, we don't. So, Sarah Angel uses all of our land. So, following our rules, gotta use all of our lands. We have free attacks. Yes, opponent still has no flying, no reach. Read all of the cards. Okay, have a free block here. Opponent has no cards in hand. This block is free. Does that matter if the opponent is dead? Does that even matter if they're dead? No, it does not. So the threat doesn't matter when you're dead. Okay. We got him. We got him. Now let's switch decks. Go to the next one. We'll go in order. Cat attack. Play some cats. Do some damage. Play some fundamentals. Fundamental magic. Remove all the threats. Use all of your mana. So we were in a situation where two rules kind of conflicted, right? You must remove threats, but we also must use all of our mana. So doing either of those, I think, would have been fine in that case. I think I would give more priority to using all of our mana. That takes priority over the removal. But either of those two options, I think it's fine. So use your best judgment in the situation. Which rule think has more priority? We would have won either way in that game, though. We don't have a 1-drop that we can actually cast, so let's use all of our lands, but by playing that land tapped. And next turn, we do have a couple of 2-drops. Always read your cards. So, 2-drop. 2/2 flyer or a 3/1 not flyer. I mean, either of those is fine. I'm gonna go with this, but either option is fine. This one surveils, enters. Okay. Play this. It's probably dead anyway. Okay, that's a good card. We'll keep it. We don't have removal in hand, so that might come in useful. Okay. Is this a threat? I don't think it is. Maybe when they have threshold, but they have only 4 cards right now. Do we have a free attack? 5/3 sounds free to me. Yeah, this is definitely not a threat, especially now that we have lifelink. We're gaining 5 life each turn, so a threat would be something that deals more than 5 at least. Um, we could use all of our lands as this and the Vanguard. Okay. Free attacks are free. Opponent's not using all of their lands. You notice that? There's 5 lands. Okay. This is not a threat, so we're not removing it. Do we have free attacks? We do. Even with the 1/1, because giant growth makes it a 4/4. The second giant growth is a 7. Okay, opponent is baking us into a pie. That would happen eventually. We don't need more lands. We'll put that into the graveyard. Take our free attack. And we don't have any use for these cards yet. We need to draw some gas. That a threat? It looks like a threat. We'll see. Death Touch Flying. Draw a card, discard a card. +1/+1 and Death Touch with Threshold. Okay, so it's just a 3/3. Death Touch is annoying. Oh, that's good. Let's do this. I don't think it's a threat. Does not threaten to kill us. We're 30 life. It does not threaten to block us. We have first strike. So what is it threatening to do? Nothing, right? Yes, it has death touch, but we have first strike. This is fine. Okay. We didn't use giant growth there because it doesn't really accomplish anything. Doesn't kill the opponent, so we'll keep it. Might be useful later on. This is a threat. This creature enters each mana, discards a card and loses 2 life. Okay, it's a 5 for flying though. It's not a threat. But out of these 2 cards, I think I'd rather keep the Vanishing Light. These 2 flyers combined are kind of a threat though, because we attack even with first strike, we die, right? So we can use this. You could have kept the giant growth as well. Either of those would have basically have the same effect. So I don't blame you if you keep giant growth there. It's gonna be the same. Now, which one do we take? Yes, the 6 mana or the 3 mana. I don't think it makes much of a difference here. The opponent will probably block. Okay, they don't. Always use all of your lands. We're gonna use this land as a bluff. We draw another removal spell. and the opponent doesn't manage to get another flyer blocker, maybe we win, but that's too much to ask. It might take us a while to get somewhere here. There's a flyer. These two combined, are they a threat? Actually, no, they're not. Okay, but we'll play that with Surveil. You need to know how First Strike works. Or another creature you control enters counter on that creature. Not great. But it's not a land, so I'll keep it. Okay. That's still not a threat because of how First Strike works. We take the life, we take the Death Toucher first. Right? And then when they deal 4 damage to us, don't die. None of them die. We'll still keep the plains here as a bluff, using all of our lands, even as bluffs. They said it might take us a while if the opponent keeps playing flyers. Always read all of the cards. Okay, opponent keeps playing flyer. Right? If you read the cards, you know the opponent has Zombify in their deck. Might bring back some of those flyers. This is kind of a bomb. A unicorn. Remember, the aura returns to her hand. When you read the card, you notice enchanted creature dies, return this card to owner's hand. So even if the creature dies, you still get the aura back. Put it on another creature. Okay, they mill a Zombify. Pretty good for us. Don't want those Zombifies in an opponent's hand. Be patient. Sometimes it takes a while. But if you stick to the habits, you'll eventually get there. Okay, opponent had another Zombified, unfortunately. And these two creatures combined kill our creature. We don't have anything else going on, but remember what we discussed. Even if a creature dies, we can bring back the aura. Yeah, I was considering attacking with these two. Do we have free attacks with these two? Not really, right? Well, we kind of do, because if they block one of these, they die, I guess. So I guess we should have attacked with these two as well. Let's use all of our land. You can keep one as a bluff, but more than one is not really doing anything. Okay, is this a threat? Not by itself, it's not, but like we said, in conjunction with the other one, they might kill our creature, but even if they do, we still get... Okay, so let's think about this. Do we have free attacks? Here, if they block, they could chomp here, block one, take two. That's not free. So, not gonna do it. And we need the creatures if we're gonna be getting the aura back. We need creatures to put it on. So don't lose creatures for no reason. Don't sacrifice your creature. This is fine. 5/4 or the 4/4. Guess the 5/4 makes more sense to kill. Right? Get the aura back immediately. Play it. The 3 or the 2. Toughness does not matter in this case because of first strike, so we put it on the highest power creature we have. We're bluffing with this card here, especially when we know the opponent has discard effects like this. Each opponent discards a card. I guess discarding this card doesn't do much good, but if we happen to draw another card we want to use, like an instant, we can have the land as sort of a discard buffer ourselves. They return an instant, but they cannot cast it immediately. So can we kill them now? Seems kind of hard, but we do have a free attack. Okay. Turns out we don't. No, we do not. We're 30 life, so we can take the crack back. We must keep attacking. 3. One is forced to block here. And they will destroy our creature, but remember, we get the aura back. We don't have any creatures to put it on. But we surveil. Let's try to find a creature with this surveil. If that's a creature, we keep it. Doesn't matter what it is. The aura is gonna make it great. Aura is gonna make it a threat. The aura is the threat. We're gonna keep this land because of the things that we mentioned. Right, we need a bluff. We need a discard buffer. Cannot attack because of summoning sickness, unfortunately. One has 5 mana. What is holding their priority? Reading the cards. Oh, the food. These are not treasures, they are food. Okay, so the point is like a more life than it looks like. They get another removal probably. No, okay. They get their win con. Oh my god. We almost had them. Almost had them. 3. Is there a chance we don't die? Maybe there's a chance? Don't think there is though. Wait, they didn't cast it. Do they not have 9 mana? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They have 8. Oh my god. They were missing 1 mana. They were 1 mana short. Oh, pretty cool. That's a creature. They draw land. We're cooked. Okay, we are cooked. We are mega cooked. They are at 6 cards. Oh my god, look at this. Oh my god, never concede. Never concede. 2 cards? Come on, one more. 1 card? Let's go. Never concede. Opponent's almost dead, believe it or not. No attacks. We don't have free attacks. Last card. Oh my god, we were so close. 1 card off. Library 0. They draw 1 card. They're dead. When this creature enters or attacks, draw a card. Enters or dies, mill 2. Okay. Yeah, I think if the opponent plays correctly here, then we are dead. Block the biggest creatures, I guess. Yeah. It was very, very close though. Did you see it? They were at 0 cards in the library. 1 more draw effect, 1 more mill effect. Anything. And we had this. Just by sticking to the habits. It was a good game though. This one, Demir, Graveyard. Deck seems strong from what I've seen. I haven't really played it. Here we follow the rules. Keep thing. Could opt use all of our lands. It's an instant, so I guess we need another mine. Sure. We could have done it on opponent's turn. It would have been no. My bad. We'll do it right this time. I promise. Do it right. How against it. Died. Tap it. Okay. Opponent's end state. Oh. Need a land. Fortunately. Okay, we found. This is an instant. This has flash. But this deck looks like it has a lot of flash. So remember our rules. We don't play instants on our main. It has to be on an opponent's turn or in combat. Read what the card does, because we might need to respond. In this case, I don't want to take 4 damage. I'm gonna have creature. Are no triggers that mean things. Land is good. Could go cutthroat, stab, or a Vessel Harvester and a stab. I think that's better. Because remember, we use the removal on threat. Are these creatures? Are these creatures threats? No, they are not. This is 1/1. This is 2/2. You don't need to do anything. We take it. Want to use all of our lands, but we don't want to waste removal on creatures that are not threats. This is a threat. Creature enters with a +1/+1 counter if you attack. Okay. A little bit more threatening, but we cannot kill it with a stab. So we wait. That's flash, remember. Okay. No attacks because we don't have a free attack? Question mark. Yeah, I don't think we have a free attack there. You could argue we have one, but they could just block with a 2/2 and then we're kind of in a bad position there. So I don't really think we have a free attack. We do have a free block though, because we can block here and then no, actually, never mind. Don't have a free block. Let's see. Well, let's play this. Let's start with this. If we stab something, this gets a +1. Remember, stab also reduces power, right? Well, we might have a free block if we -2 on the big creature, which is the threat. It's a threat because we cannot block it profitably, right? And now we can go to blocks. Well, we still cannot block it exactly, but not without trading exactly. But the thing is, after we trade here, well, we don't have to trade. Let's just kill it. That's their biggest creature, right? And then we can put it ourselves on the battlefield. 3/2. So yeah, we used 2 stabs, but we got a card back, so it was a 1. Yeah, they can cast Hero's Downfall. They're probably targeting the Abyssal Harvester with. And that's okay, because we have Zombify. We have free attacks? Not really. We want to be able to block 5/2. Probably with our 3/2. Right? And we want to be able to block the other creatures too. We're kind of low on life. I don't mind a Hero's Downfall. We can just zombify the Abyss. That's what they're targeting. They're not. Okay, so they're wasting it because it goes away. Whenever you attack target creature gets +1/+1 menace. Okay, the menace is annoying. But I think gotta do this. Alright, we get a card back. We are still kinda 1-for-1 here. We're spending 2 creatures to deal with 1. But then we're getting one of them back. right? And it can be either the 5/2 or the 2/1. The 5/2. And now we can zombify. I don't think I want to zombify the cutthroat though. So play this. We won't be using all of our mana there, unfortunately. So that's the thing. Might want to consider there. But we don't want to waste the zombify on a 2-drop. That's just not efficient. Use your cards wisely. Do not have free attacks. Plus, if we get a treasure from this and we draw a land, we can finally play one of our bombs. Did not get a treasure though, but we did get the land. Still not a good target for Zombify. Zombify is a card that want to target a creature that is more than 4 mana. Otherwise, you're wasting mana. Playing 4 mana to get a 2-drop. Not a good deal. I think we wait. We're at an impasse. But we will have a flying creature soon. We hit a land. Or if we get this barrier, die. If they do that, then we can zombify that. That's a good threat. We need the treasure to be able to play one. So I kind of want this to die. Can't have it die though. This has menace. We'll just have to draw a land. Now they have a 1/1 flying. That is a threat. Okay, have a fly. To gain 2 life might be good. Might be important. Do not have free attacks. Ooh. That's unblockable. That is threatening. Menace. Annoying. But they can only kill one of the, presumably the demon. And we can zombify it. Ooh, that's a good. We haven't played a land, so maybe we draw an untapped land. It's a bit risky. Also, we have the treasure, right? So, yeah, I think this uses our mana better. We do this plus a zombify. Pardon the land. Now, do we get the demon? we get the harvest. My 4 is good. I think it's the demon. Gotta be the demon, man. Has to. And we don't need to sacrifice a creature because we're not casting. Still no attack. Have way too many creature blockers. Okay. I think we're looking to play another demon if possible. Get a kicked burst of lightning on our demon. Are we dead? I think we are. Oh, not anymore. Okay. Yeah, we are not. We shouldn't have sacrificed creature. Had lethal. And okay. 7. It's 7. So this is 6. Not very efficient. We could do 3 plus 4. Probably better. Right? We zombify something. Yeah, probably the demon. Need that live game. No attacks. Need the blocker. They draw a removal, we're dead. They do have an unblockable creature, but a 1. And that puts them at one fewer creature. They do draw a card. Can we go Gleaming into Arbiter Wall? No, we cannot. We're missing 1 mana. I think we attack with this. It's a free attack. And then we play the demon. You cannot attack with this demon though. You're risky. Need a blocker. This is a free attack. We go back to 3 life, so we are not dead to the Vampire Gourmand. Play a land and gain another life is good. This flashback is kind of out of hand right now. It's way too much mana. They are sacking it. Go to 2. Have lethal on board. So how are they surviving this? They are not surviving. Okay. We win. GG's. Just follow the habits. Okay. So the next deck, Simic. Will these habits work with Simic strategy? Only one way to find out. Read all the cards. Mulligan one land hand. Use all of your lands. More than one land, we keep. Easy money. We use 1 mana for a 1-drop? No, not really. Oh, actually, yes. Do Forest. Do 1/1. That's always preferable. But if you decide to play a tapped land, that's okay too. The sooner you can get to attacking, the better. I'd rather put a creature. Deploy as many threats as possible. As fast. This is flash, so that in mind. Don't play it in your main phase. Hunt in the tank. Moose King in the tank. Play land. We have a free attack. Yes. Always take free attacks. Always. We play this? No. Because it has flash. Play it on your opponent's turn. At the last possible moment on the opponent's end step. Always use instant and flash at the latest possible moment. When you have the most information. Always read all of the cards. Whenever you gain life, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. Is that a threat? Why, yes. Yes, it is. We're at an opponent's end step. You can tell because it says end of turn here and it says my turn. We'll play this. If we find any removal, we're getting rid of this creature. I guess this is removal, we just need to find the lands. We're a bit mana screwed at the moment. But we do have a free attack because the opponent cannot block creatures with flying. So always take free attacks. Fortunately, we could not use any of our lands this turn. A tragedy. Complete tragedy. We basically lost a turn. That happens when you are mana screwed. That's why it's so backbreaking. Indish Panda. Okay, another threat. Does this have flash? Not. So when you have 2 threats, always take care of the one that is the highest mana value, right? So this case, target the panda. Take a free attack. Pass. Remember, always take free attacks. Always remove threats. Never concede. Use instant and flash on opponent's turns in combat. Always use all of your lands. We are mana screwed. And yet, we seem to have the upper hand in this because we are following the habits. And our free attacks have come to an end because the opponent now has blocks. Fortunately for us, we do get another land. We get to play our next removal. Right, okay. So, is this a threat? Not really. Is it a threat? Not really. This is the threat, right? Because this gets bigger for you gain life. None of these creatures get bigger. They are good blockers, but they are not threats. We could either do this, or we could activate the Spectre Sailor to draw a card, or we could activate Mild-Mannered Librarian to put 2 counters on it and draw a card. Okay, but always remove threats. I think that takes priority. Removing threats in this case. We'll get rid of that. However, any of those plays was also reasonable. I think it would have been good. Since we don't really have free attacks, putting counters on this doesn't accomplish much this turn. We weren't able to attack anyway. But drawing cards is always good. Okay, we have found ourselves another threat. And remember, the threat is aura, not the creature. And when you kill a creature, when it dies, the aura returns to their hand. When the creature dies, so if we can get rid of the creature without it dying, for example, returning its hand, then we can get rid of the aura. Do we have free blocks? No. Ooh, this is unfortunate. Right, we need to draw a card here. So let's do this. Use all of our mana. Do not get a land, we get a 6-drop. Okay. These are all free attacks because we cannot block any. However, we don't attack with the 1/1 flying because that might be able to block. We might need to block to stay alive. We're not quite dead here, but we could take 7. Or you can also block the Healer's Hawk. I think both options are fine. But I'm not gonna block, I don't think so. We might need to... Oh my god, they didn't even attack. Okay, well that's nice for us. We are still very mana screwed, fortunately. Very, very mana screwed. So, no free attacks this time. But we won't concede. Guess we drop the 6-drop. This deck has very few lands for being a landfall deck. Or maybe we were just unlucky. But our opponent is not pressing their advantage. They still think they are on the back foot. So, you know, we'll keep our stick on the ice. The opponent is going on the offense now. They're hitting us for how much? 14 exact. So we get a block. Do we have any free blocks that you can see? Not really. I don't want to lose the Spectre Sailor because it's our only source of card draw. But even if we have him, I think we die. If we have to spend our turn paying 4 to get a land, we are still dead anyway. So let's block the biggest creature and hope for the best. Look at how this panda is so threatening, right? We finally get our land. It's too little too late. This is reach, so yeah, I think we have to play the reach creature. We need to be able to block flyers. And let's see what the opponent does. They have a menace creature. We are super dead now. Yeah. Can't do anything against Menace Crew. I'd say we give this deck another chance, shall we? It's not fair. We need to give it a proper chance. So let's try it again. We can't get Menace Crew twice in a row, right? What are the odds? More than one land we keep. We play a 1-drop? Yes. We play it on an opponent's turn? Also yes. The last possible minute on their end step always. Can we play a 2-drop? Actually no. So we should play the tapped one. Have a free attack? Yes, we do. Read what all of your cards do. This is removal. This is removal. This is a creature. This is a threat, in fact. Right? Okay. So, play land. Take our free attack. Let's play our threat. Two removals. A mana dork. Okay. Land. Trigger. With this deck in particular, we need a little bit careful with the sequencing. Because you might want to play something before you play your land. There are a lot of landfall triggers. We don't have any in hand right now, but if I had one, I would play that before. If we want to use all of our mana, do we have a threat in this unicorn? No, that's not a threat, I don't think. So we don't need to use either our removal spells. I think this is our best play, honestly. That makes our threat even more threatening. Okay. This puts cards tapped. Might as well get the gates. Have free attacks. The Pope shit in the forest. I'm glad we give this deck a second chance. Because we are seeing its true potential once you actually. Deck is fine. Just so happens every once in a while that you get mana screwed. Give yourself another chance. You get mana screwed. It's not the deck's fault. Never get mana screwed. Okay, do we have the landfall part? No, we don't. Oh, it's safe to play the land. Are there any threats? No, not really. Do we have free attacks? Yes. Is the opponent dead? Yes. And we did it. Look at the difference when you actually have land. Let's use the next deck. Boros. Do we have one more? One, do we have more than one land? Yes, we do. Keep. Trust the process. Gotta trust. Trust habits. The habits never let you down. Never. We use all of our land. Always. Always. Please don't kill my only creature. Okay, we're screwed. This is fine. We'll draw a mountain. We'll draw a mountain and everything gonna be a-okay. Not exactly a mountain, but I'll take it. This is removal. Sorcery. This is a flash. Okay. So we could do these two, or we could just play this. I like these two better, I think. That 4-2 is kind of a menace. We might need to burst lightning it. If it doesn't untap though, we won't do it. But they also might play something else. I'm not blocking that because it's not a free block. And we'll wait until the last possible moment. So, at the beginning of each end step, okay, let's wait. Don't kill it yet. Wait until the last possible moment. Having a braid. No, actually they don't. They have this thing. This is the last. So let's do it. The 5-2 is now the threat. Okay. Use all of your lands. So we have a free attack. I'd say so. Do we have a free block? Have a free block? No, we don't. Not free. We don't block. I think it's safe to discard a card here. Release the dogs. I think we discard this. Of course, we draw the 4th land. We could play these 2 things or release the dogs. I like release the dogs better. But, you know, either option is fine. Do we have free attacks? Kinda, actually. I mean, it's not free. We might, like, trade one card. But I'm okay with that. Look at our thread. Very threatening. Always read the cards. Okay, that creature is another menace. We free block this. Definitely no. We're not blocking. Oh no. Did have an abrade. That's fortunate. Now I regret discarding this thing. Discard. I think we lose 3. Okay, that would have been good to have to discard. We'll keep it in hand. Discard it next turn. Oh. Free attacks. No. Unfortunate. Free block. Okay, we must block even though it's not free because otherwise we're dead. So like this, we take 2. There's no trample. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, so opponent has 4 blockers though. They won't be able to block the flyer. So they're taking 3. And they're taking another 2. Fortunately, that doesn't kill anyone. So we cannot attack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 6. We do have 6 creatures. So they have menace though. A little risky. But I think we do have a free attack here. Little risky though. Tad risky. And hopefully we get rid of this creature. Because then we would need to sacrifice something. Close though. Height. Opponent sending a 2/2 only. Good news. News for us. Always use all of your lands. Always. Always. Okay, do we need to block? No, we don't. Before. We sack a land. I don't know. Let's see. We still cannot kill them though. But we gotta take this. Oh, they do make a block, an extra block. Oh, it's a non-land. My bad. Oh, I thought I could just sack a land, reading the card. Planes the card. 1 damage to any target. I have 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Menace 7. Yeah, I think we are dead. Good attack for 3. 1, 2, 3, 5. 1, 2, 5. They have blockers for everything except the flyer. Yeah. We can also just activate it. Yeah, our only hope is that opponent doesn't alpha strike us. have the feeling they're just gonna swing all. Okay, we're at 1 life, so gotta block everything. Fortunately, these are free. Let's block like this, but really matter. Gonna have to let a creature go here. Our ends down. Assuming no tricks. Assuming we're just dead. Kinda wanna get rid of this creature. Or it triggers. I should have done it in combat to be fair, but we can do it here. Respawn. Here's one of them. Creature with flying. Okay, that part is annoying. That part is the okay. This gives us a free attack. We have 7. So close. We are dead. 3 blockers. 4 attackers. We are at 1. Such sadness cannot be described. Our only hope is that the opponent does not alpha strike us again. Never concede, never surrender. Man, that Massacre Worm is getting on my nerves. That's a good deck. Rakdos seems to be the best deck, honestly. Okay, we played a good game. We used all of our mana. And we didn't concede. Good job. Try the next deck. Golgari. Holy smokes. Risky, but we'll follow the rules. We will follow the habits. Do we have a free attack? No, not really. I wouldn't say so. We don't want to trade damage, right? We attack, they take 1, we take 3, and they have a lifelink, so in this case, a block makes more sense, right? It's kind of a free block because we get a creature with flying. Unfortunately, we cannot use the 2 mana, but we can use 3. Alternatively, we could play the green land, but I think this is better. Maybe we draw an untapped forest. Now we have a free attack. This does not have lifelink. This is a threat. When this creature dies, it wasn't a demon returned to the battlefield with 2 counters. This looks like a free attack. I mean a free block. You know what I mean. Oh, look at that. Another tapped land. Okay. We're at 21, they're at 22, we have 5, they have 3. It looks like a free attack to me. "21 life versus 17 life. And now 18 versus 17, we're still up ahead. We're still ahead of them. How do we use the 4 mana? We cannot, because this uses green. So remember, this is a threat. What do we do with threats? We remove them. Always remove threats. Do they have protection? Do they have removal of their own? This Orzhov deck looks very good as well. The Rakdos and the Orzhov. We've had issues dealing with those decks. Okay, fortunately they did not have removal. Free attacks, baby! If they'd had removal there at instant speed, that would have blown us out of the water. Expert from instance. And the rest does not matter. 4/4 life. Okay. Play Llanowar Elves plus Wardens. Have a free attack in the air. Beginning of your end step. Creature died. Put 2 counters on target creature. We could trade and then put 2 counters on the flyer. We could also trade and draw a card. We don't have to play this now, though. So, let's attack first. Conceal hidden information from the other bit. Alright, they let it through. Nothing died. Oh. Do we want a 4/5 or do we want a 3/4? 4/5 is still better because it blocks the 4/4. We'll play it anyway. It's a good blocker. Free block. Also, it uses up all of our mana. We could also play these 2. That's fine too. I just want a blocker against the 4/4, but I guess it's not really a threat. This one is kind of more of a threat. Blade Paladin. That's a weird attack, but they're sacrificing their creature to make the paladin more threatening. Do we have removal? No, we do not, but we have an unblockable creature. This is a threat because the opponent is at such low life. We don't have to play it right now. We can use our second. Looks like this Golgari deck is better off playing stuff on the second main. So just take that into account when you play with this deck. Do we have free attacks? These two look free. This does not, so remember, if a creature dies, we get to put 2 counters on the flyer. And we're going to be playing an unblockable creature, so we're going to have lethal next turn if they block the 5/4. That 5/4 is interesting. The Infernal Vessel. I might consider it for my commander deck. I've been brewing a demons deck, or creatures that turn into demons tribal. So I'm not sure if that's already in the deck. It might be. I don't remember. Okay, anyway. Second main. They did not block. There are 2 life. It's very, very important to play this because this kind of wins the game. We'll play that alongside this and use all of our lands. Okay, yeah, I'm just checking my list. It is already there. Already in that commander deck. Pretty cool. We have a free block. Remember, they're going to gain 4 life here. That's mainly why they are doing it. We cannot avoid the 4 life, but we can kill the creature. Unless they have some trick here. Okay. Go to 8. Let's play the spider. The rest we can think about playing it later on the second. Actually, when this creature attacks, you may sacrifice another. We will be sacrificing a creature for sure. So let's play the elves. We can use them as fodder. And I don't think, yeah, I don't think we gain anything by playing that on the second main phase. So might as well just now. Free attacks. These 2 only. Attacking the elves. Gain 2, draw, lose. Let's draw a card. We have plenty of life. And we can gain more life with the ooze. We can also put counters on the flyer. Okay. No free blocks. No free blocks this time. So 9. We do have a flyer. None of these cards matter. Like, they don't do anything right now in combat. This is an instant we can do it during combat or on the opponent's turn. So let's wait. We could sack the assembling skeleton to the vampire garment, I guess. So that was a line, definitely a line that I missed, fortunately. Okay, so that's fine. We can put the counters on the unblockable creature and sack the 1/1 flyer. Flyer's not so good anymore. Okay. It is unblockable, so they can't do anything about that. Let's start oozing. Let's start scavenging. Oh, my bad. You don't get to put the counters on this creature. You get to put them on the ooze. Slight misplay there, Chief. But this is fine. Second main. Let's play more creatures. And we'll get some triggers on the end step as well. Let's gain life now. We're a little low. We can always chomp with the infest stage. Remember, this has reach. But we don't want to block with that, so... And this triggers on opponent's turns as well, so we might get a trigger here. This gains life. Just play stuff, but we can play it on the second main. I want to hold up the ooze. Although the ooze isn't really attacking here. We need the unblockable creature to go through, but we don't need to play this before combat, so this vampire garment is the threat of this deck, is what I'm realizing. You know, we don't really have a plan in this level. We're just playing cards, but when we do this habit series for the second time, we're gonna be at level 2, and we're gonna be talking more about what's the plan of the deck. Right? For now, don't pay much attention to that. Just try to take free attacks when you can get them. Okay, so we're sacrificing the reassembling skeleton, but let's attack with the 1/1. It is sort of free. We trade the token with the life linker. Um, well, no, actually it's not free. Let's leave it there. We can block the life linker with our spider. So do that. This has trample, but cannot go through. So oh, Shiro. Opponent's gaining tons of life. Nothing we can do about that. This. Reading the card explains it. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage during your turn, put that many count. Do we want a 7/7 trample? Yeah. We do. Because the other option is 7, right? This uses up more. So I guess technically this is better. Let's do that. Follow the rule. Follow the rule. We can always use the extra mana to use the ooze, so there's really no wrong answer here. Gain life. The tough matchup. Holy smokes. Going for the office. Oh. Oh, they saw this thing. Why? Okay. Chomp here. He free blocks. Free block. We could kill this. We could kill this. They might have trick here though. They can't save everything, can they? They did save some stuff. We also get triggers. Oh my god, there's so much life, it's annoying. That spider is a this definitely. Forest, a skeleton, or the thespian. Let's do thespian. I want to surveil. That's really good. Okay. 3 attacks. Concerned about our life, right? Maybe we kind of have to attack, right? We're gonna have 1, 2, 5 blocks. There's a 13. We have any triggers? Just this one. Also this one. Becomes a 6/5. That might be used. You do draw a card there. Don't want the land. Could play the elves. The elves is an extra blocker. That's cool. 5. And the elf can profitably block the 13/13 or even the 17. You gotta let go of what is it? Ooze? I think it's the ooze. 5/5 we can block with a 7. Oh, it has menace. God damn it. Never mind. Go down to 7. They go to 32, but this is fine. Don't worry, we have removed. And we have a ton of damage. And we can gain life as well. And deal 13 to some. Expert from instance, but this is not an instant. Okay, this will be the creature we sack. What? What? Never concede. Why are they conceding here? They're at 32? We're at 7 life. Are they doing the math or something? No, there's no math here. This is 13, 20, 24. 24. Okay, so the plan is we send the Gorman, sack the Infernal Vest, play another one of these. We gain 4 life. No, actually, we don't have mana for that. We gotta play the Tragic Banshee. We play the Tragic Banshee, get rid of Valenda. Gain 4 life. We don't necessarily attack with everything. We need 2 blockers at least for these 2 big guys. We maybe use the 2 leftover mana to play this Vampire Gorman as an extra block, right? And maybe we have lethal in 2 turns, but opponent shouldn't be conceding early. Never concede. Very important habit. Okay, let's continue with the Garul deck. we'll play following the rules on the screen, following habits. If you follow these habits, your skill will improve, even if you are an advanced player. We have more than one land, we keep. Do we have a Wanderer to play? We do. Have a 2-drop to play? Yes, we do. Do we have a free attack? We take it. Take everything. Take all the free attacks you can get. Ooh. Okay. This is removal. This is removal. But is this a threat? No. So are we using removal on that? What do you think? No, we are not using removal on that. We only use removal on threats. We're gonna give haste to this. Do we have a free attack? Yes, we do. Okay, opponent is using removal on this. Was that a threat? I think so. So I think that's a good play. Fortunately for us, we do have another threat coming. Yeah. We don't need to give them haste. Because we're going to do this and hit the opponent for 4. Advocatus Diaboli, our opponent's name. They use another removal on our threat. Very nice, very good for our opponent. Okay, so this creature was not a threat. It has 2 counters now. It's becoming a bit of a threat now. So we might want to use this on it. And, you know, return the favor a little bit. Let's play this creature, trying to use all of our lands. Take our free attack. When it was 3-1, it was not a threat. When you've spent 2 cards on it, now this is more of a threat. And they concede. Never concede. We never concede. Our opponents do. That gives us more win percentage. Okay. Rakdos. Finally. Finally. I think from what we have seen so far, the Rakdos and the Orzhov decks seem to be the strongest, in my opinion. From what we have seen so far, which is not much. I'll give you that. But from my limited knowledge of the decks, from what we have seen in this series so far, especially because of this card, that kills us. That killed us a couple of times. We have 3 lands, so we keep. 3 is more than 1. We have a 1-drop? No. So how can we use all of our lands on turn 1? By playing a tapped land. Remember, follow the rules, follow the habit. Okay, nothing to do here, but we do have an abrade, which is instant. We might be able to utilize it here. That's a big threat, so I'm really happy to do this. Very efficient. Yeah, like the card quality in this deck just feels way better than the other one already. This is a like an uncommon threat all by itself. Look at the removal, is so efficient. So efficient. Even if your end step, if you attacked, each opponent loses 3 life. Can we have a free attack there? We do, in fact, because we have fake your own death. So let's attack. On a block, care to block, chief. They do care block. They fell into our trap. Since we attacked, we get the trigger. They discard a card or lose 3. Lose 3. This creature attacks, you may sack another creature. If you do, put a counter on this creature. Whenever another non-token creature dies, draw a card. Yeah, all the cards are good. Crazy. Do we want to braid something? No, because these are not threats. Okay, let's use all of our mana to play this big threat. And ask yourself, myself, do we have a free attack? 2 for 1. 2 for 1. Yes. It's a 2 for 1 either way, because you're gonna have to sack something, or lose life, or discard a card. A raid card. Right, and this is just a 3-drop uncommon. This deck is nuts. Okay, they take care of the big threat, but we still have the small threat. You have another one, another removal. Oh. A swing. Little strange there. Look at this. This is an unblockable creature. That's what I mean. It's so much pressure. Let's play that after combat. There's no need to play it before combat. You don't want to give away information. Play cards on the last possible moment. This looks like a free attack to me. What you got? What's the trick? There is no. Okay. So, 2 for 1. Take 2 for 1s. Always take 2 for 1s. Play instance in combat. that will naturally lead you to 2-for-1s like that. Okay, that's a threat. And notice it's a straight 4-4 right out of the gate. So a braid doesn't really deal with it. We'll have to find a different threat. This creature has death touch because it's just so crazy. So this is a free attack. Okay, we trade our threats. And Massacre Worm is the real deal here because when the opponent thinks they're okay, they're not. Everything seems to be free. Yep. That looks free. Enters tapped, but it untaps because the creature died itself. Plus, the two opponent's creatures. And we have a Massacre Worm next turn, which is lethal. GG. This is what I'm saying. Right, they take 4, go to 6. We have 7 on board. This deck is really good. Okay, and the next one is Orzhov. Is another one of the strongest decks I've seen so far. So if you're not sure which deck you wanna try, I suggest Orzhov or Rakdos. They're really easy to use and very, very powerful. We have more than one land, yes. Keep, yes. We have one turn play. No. So how do we use all of our lands? By playing a tapped land. Two. Okay. Sequencing might be a little bit of a thing in this deck. This is our threat. So we don't want to play that first, probably. Play this one first. And we are probably not playing it this turn either, because unless we draw a tapped land, it's not going to be mana if. Opponent is on Golgari. Oh, look at that. Another threat. This deck is full of threats. That's what I love about this. Play the angel. Have a free attack. Don't attack. Use all of your lands always. Okay, look at this creature. When it dies, it returns as a demon. So we don't want to kill that creature. We don't want that creature to block our creature. Let's play the black swords because we have 2 white already. So we could play the panda here in order to use all of our land. We immediately get a trigger. Have a free attack. We're not attacking with 3-1. It's not free. We don't want this creature to die and be. Read the cards, right? Return a non-bear creature, mana value less or equal from graveyard to battlefield. That is important because we might be able to block with this and return it. Do we want to block the 2-1? No. If it were another creature, this would be a free block because we can return it when it dies. But we don't want this creature to die and trigger, so it's not free. Not free. 5 mana. 3 and 2. Let's play this first. Because when we play the Vampire Nighthawk, that's going to trigger Dazzling Angel, and that's going to trigger a Janice Pridemate. Like a chain of triggers. A chain of fools. Now, do we have a free attack? Yes. Flying? Yes, because 6/5. And we are cruising through this. It feels so different playing the Rakdos and the Orzhov decks. It's so easy. We are not on the back foot. Did you notice that with the other decks we were on the back foot always? Or almost always? This is a whole another kind of whole another kettle of fish. You know, and this thing doesn't even fly. It's a demon that does not get flying, which is pathetic. Still in a commander deck of mine that I'm brewing, but obviously terrible. Does the opponent have a threat? No. I don't see the threat, honestly. Not see the threat. So let's take our free attacks. Ooh, that's terrible. For the opponent, that's a terrible card. And they don't have a way to. Well, the Vampire Gorman can kill the Resembling Skeleton, I guess. Hit me for 2, but that's like very aggressive. And you want defense here. You want reach. You want flying. The Golgari deck does not have it. We might analyze the strengths and weaknesses of each deck in the next video. But for now, I just want to relax and just play the decks, right? Like if you are starting off, you don't really analyze the decks. You just want to play. So open the decks, play. So I'm giving you rules that are basic, are easy to follow. You don't need to know the deck's plan. You don't need to understand the deck's weaknesses and strengths to do it. Just just follow basic rules, right? You remove threats, you take free attacks, you take free blocks, and you will win most of your games. I guarantee it. Especially if you play with the Ors of the Rakdos deck. The other ones might be a little more difficult, and we will analyze them for the next video, and maybe we can cook up some strategies to make use of them in the best way possible to be able to rise to the level of the Ors of the Rakdos decks. It'll need a specific strategy. It'll need a specific analysis of the deck, of the deck's strengths and weaknesses, which we don't have at the moment. So I'm not too concerned about that. This does not save our creature, right? No, it does not. We lose our big reader, but we still have 2 flyers. And opponent still does not really have a threat. So I'm not too concerned. The Vampire Gourmet might be a threat in conjunction with the Wardens. Like alone, I don't think it's a threat, but these two together synergize in a way that the opponent is going to be gaining 2 life every turn or drawing a card every turn. And that might be concerning. So, that being said, take care of this guy. Ooh, I didn't know Phyrexian Arena was in this deck. That's pretty nice. Take her free attacks. Does this guy do nothing? Now that's a terrible creature, but that's one of the worst cards in this deck that I've seen. Everything else has very nice synergy. This does not have a lot of synergy. Maybe if we play it with the kicker cost. We have a free block. No. Also, our panda was exiled, right? So we didn't even get the trigger. Madness. No blocks. Because we don't have a free block. Especially against Golgari, you don't want to be blocking unless it's free. Meaning, like, no creature are gonna die. Because if a creature dies, the Golgari deck is gonna trigger. You don't want that. Let's play the threat first. And then the land, because the land is gonna gain us life and it's gonna trigger it again. Already triggering twice. Already triggering twice. And it might trigger another time. This deck triggers way too much. Because now we attack, we have lifelink, it triggers yet again. And it's a 2 mana 6/6, right? That's crazy. Tell me this is not a threat. It's a 2 mana threat, uncommon. If you compare that to the Golgari cards, right? The 2 mana uncommons like this is a 3 mana uncommon. Like this. Deck does not have the synergy to make them good. Uh, 3 blocks. 3 blocks. Yeah, some creatures might die here in the process, but we'll take our 3 blocks. Oh, that was a weird choice. Okay. I think opponent is dead here. Yeah, even if they take that, even if they gain 2 life, have uh, lethal on board. That's all she wrote. Axis. Okay, now for our last day, our last deck of the day. We haven't seen this deck. I don't think I have seen it once in an opponent's hands. We haven't played against, is it? Or if we did, I don't remember. Again, I don't know what's in this deck. I have no idea. You can do this too. Right? You don't need to know what's in the deck. Just log into Arena, go to starter decks, boom, select the deck you want, and follow these simple rules. Read all the cards as you draw them. Mulligan, 1 land hands, which I haven't seen a single one, to be honest. I haven't needed the mulligan even once. Use all your lands. Turn 1. Can we do something? Yes, we can opt. Okay. However, this deck requires, looks like if you read the card, right? When you cast an instant sorcery, creature you control get +1/+0 trample. So you want to cast this before the instants or sorceries. So be careful with the sequencing if you choose the Izzet deck. You don't want to play the instants or sorceries first. You want to play the creatures first. Okay. And here we have a creature to play, so we'll do so. And then next turn we can start slinging some spells. Remember, instants and sorceries especially, but all spells in general, cast them in the last possible moment. Last possible moment. I think I want to chart a course here. This is a sorcery though. We could opt as well. I guess opt is the safer option. Chart a course. This is a free attack, by the way. Problem with that is you need to do it after you attack. That's kind of clunky, right? Kind of clunky. Because then we don't get the buff. I was hoping to get an untapped land and then be able to do something else, but we didn't. Okay, opponent has a reacher. Opponent has a reacher, so it's also a 4/4, which means we don't have any free attack anymore. I think we definitely want another creature on the battlefield. And we don't have free attacks, so us. Now every single spell we cast is gonna buff both of our creatures. So play all of your creatures first, and then all of your spells second should be like the best sequencing. And I'm just saying this from reading what the cards do, right? If you read Prowess, if you read Balmorn, you get a sense of that. It's not really an in-depth analysis of the deck itself. We will do that in the next video. But for now, the first time you play these decks, you don't have to analyze the decks, just know what the cards themselves individually do and adjust sequencing accordingly. We have a free block against this 3/3. Remember, we have Prowess. I think we do have we don't actually. Unless we dive down. Okay, let's do it. The opponent had spent 4 mana on the ability plus 1 mana on the creature. So this is like a 2-for-1 in that sense. Is this 4/4 a problem? We have a free attack, right? It looks like we do. Looking at the cards in my hand, looks like we do. So let's attack and see what happens. Opponent does not even block. Okay. So before damage, let's opt. Yes, more creatures. Good. We want to do something else. Nope, I don't think so. We want more creatures on the battlefield. Can trade this with the 4/4. But I don't think it's necessary. I'd rather have a prowess creature. It's working out well for us. Opponent is not blocking. Okay. There she blows. We could deal 2 damage to it in response. That's gonna trigger a couple of things. This is gonna deal 5. So gonna need to use another spell here, fortunately. And we are spending 2 spells, right? But the opponent is also losing 2 spells, the creature and the removal spell. So it's a 2-for-2. It's not the worst. And we are getting rid of a potential threat. Okay, let's do this first. It's an instant, but maybe we get a land we can play untapped. Prowess looks really good. We don't have to play it immediately though. Go to combat. Take our free attacks. You want to block the 3/2. I'm okay with that. You know, oh, okay. I thought we could do it to face. We can't. Oh, never mind that. Play this prowess creature. Okay. Yeah, this deck also, I think you might want to do some of the spells before combat, just in case you hit a land you want to play or something, or a creature with haste. Now this creature has haste, so we might run into that creature. We want to play it now. So always play spells in the last possible moment. Play instants and flash on opponent's turn or in combat. It is a little different, so you might need to do an exception there. Make an exception there. All right, and that's all of the decks. I think our win rate was pretty good. If I recall correctly. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think we won with the Izzet deck, we won with the Orzo, we won with the Ragda. With the Gruul, I don't remember, you know. Let's say we lost that one. 3, we won with the Golgari. That's 4. We lost one to Manus Crew and won one with the Simic. Let's not count that one. We definitely won with Emir. We won with the first one. At least 6. 6 out of 10, so that's 60% at least win rate, which is pretty good if you're starting off. If this is the first time you're playing Magic, you follow these simple rules that you see on the screen, you can get a 60% win rate, which is pretty good. I played using the rules. Use the habits, and you will get these results. See you for the next video where we will analyze in depth the plan of each deck and formulate a strategy for each one that will rise them up to the next level.